Everybody, Brian here from Touring Plans. I am right in between two icons here. I am at the Disneyland Hotel. I have stayed here the last 2 nights. This is actually the day I'm leaving, unfortunately, so I thought I would show you around. That is because it's the day I'm leaving. It's why I'm not doing this at like 5 in the morning, which is when I tend to do a lot of resort tours. So you will notice quite a few more people. This is kind of the front area of the hotel. There is kind of a little outdoor seating area here, I guess, if you are waiting for check-in. Bell's Services is over that way. And this is the Fantasy Tower. This is where you come to check in. So, check-in is down that way. Right here, this is the Fantasia shop. This is the main gift shop. I just walked through it. They don't seem to have any specific Disneyland Hotel merch. They have a lot of, just Disneyland merch, but when the name of the hotel is the same as the name of the park, it makes it very hard to have specific merch. Giant map of Disneyland from yesteryear that even has like little glowing lights. You can kind of see dancing in various spots, like up by Dumbo there. You can see them dancing around. This is by far the busiest section that I've seen. A lot of people seem to be checking in right now. So let's get out of here. Okay, so now we are out at the back of the Fantasy Tower. See, Fantasy Tower. The way the Disneyland Hotel is split up, there are basically 4 buildings that kind of form a square around a central hub. You'll see all of them. There are 3 towers that have rooms in it. It is Fantasy, Adventure, and Frontier. This is my first time staying here, so I'm trying to remember all this stuff. And then the 4th building houses a lot of the restaurants and stuff. That one back there, that is the Adventure Tower. The Fantasy, Frontier, and Adventure all look basically like that. And in the middle is the pool. Like I said, we're gonna walk around the whole thing. Back there, you can kind of make out right there, like a Sorcerer Mickey hat. That is the pathway to downtown Disney. From there, it's about 100 feet till you get to security, and probably another 100 yards after that till you get to the monorail station. Monorail takes you directly into Tomorrowland here, into Disneyland. If you want to go to Disney's California Adventure, or if the monorail is packed and you have to walk, it is, I'm gonna guess, maybe half a mile to there. It's not super far, and it's all flat through downtown Disney. I'll put the exact measurements there, unless I'm right, that it's a half a mile. That'd be cool. So here, back here, this convention center, this is also the building where the restaurants are housed. They have a coffee shop that just has coffee and pastries. Also get Dole Whip and Dole Whip floats from there if you want. Although that's not the only place you can get Dole Whips here, which is weird. Goofy's Kitchen, this is the character meal. They are already running it. They do breakfast and dinner here. In fact, I doubt you can see through the shaded window, but Goofy, or Pluto it is, actually walking around in there. Even I couldn't tell who it was because those windows are super tinted. I've eaten there, even though this is my first time staying here. I've eaten at Goofy's Kitchen 3 times, I think. There's not a lot of character meals here at the Disneyland Resort. Each hotel has one. There are 3 hotels. Disneyland Hotel, Grand Californian, and Paradise Pier. They each have one character meal, and then there is one in Disneyland, and that's it, just the 4. So this is inside where the convention area is. They have a little Autopia car right there that you can jump into. Back there, that is the check-in area for Goofy's Kitchen. Over here, that is Steakhouse 55. That is the fancier of the restaurants here. They also do have a lounge. This is actually the lounge that we're looking at right there, rather than the full restaurant. That you can get food and drinks at with really not a reservation. It is, of course, pricey. I do like the ceiling in here. It's kind of Mary Poppins vibe with the umbrellas. All right, so from the restaurant convention center building behind me, we still have the Fantasy Tower on my left. That's where the check-in is. I'm gonna cut straight through and go over towards the Adventure Tower now. So that way we can see the pool complexes, and there's some dining and bar options that are very cool right in the middle here too. So these are the pools. Those monorails are the water slides. They actually just opened. It is 9 a.m. They just open at 9. They also close earlier than the rest of the pool, so be ready for that. There's also kind of one pool that goes under the bridge that I'm standing on here. There's the rest of it, and then there's a third one right there. Not only is it early in the morning, it is also a little bit misty right now, which it's been the last couple mornings. There's a hot tub over there. So not many people in the pool. It's about 60 degrees with a slight mist. So not many have taken up swimming. This is the Tangaroa Terrace. This is in the morning. They serve coffee out of here. The quick service restaurant is kind of around the corner there, where they have, you know, a few choices for breakfast, lunch, dinner. A lot of seating out here. There is all over there, it kind of wraps around the corner. Go around this tree, back over this way. This is also kind of the seating for Trader Sam's Tiki Bar, which is around the corner here. This, the part that's shuttered here is a bar. So later in the afternoon, that opens up, and that is kind of a walk-up bar where you can then sit out here. They put the heat lamps on, they put the torches on. It's really, really nice. Now these doors over here are into Trader Sam's, not open yet, very early in the morning. See? Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. Now, I've actually walked into Trader Sam's twice on this trip. Once to just kind of see if there was any wait, and there was actually some seats open. And then yesterday I walked in and actually got a drink there and sat at the bar. So I think it's not nearly as hard to get into as it used to be, although it's hard to tell. Possible that it's just this weekend, it hasn't been as busy as normal. But I think some of it is all this outdoor seating. Every time I've come up, there's been a ton of people sitting out here with drinks. So I think a lot of people are just preferring to sit outside rather than in the tiki bar. Not that it's empty. I mean, when I've gone in, there's been like 2 or 3 empty seats. But it used to be that you would have to wait, you know, standing on these steps or down here. They have this area down here that has a fireplace that plant is kind of blocking. There's fire in there. You know, that used to kind of hang out in there and wait. Oh, I'm trying to keep you oriented here. It's hard because there's no like straight paths, but there's Trader Sam's. So this is the Adventure Tower here. So if I was going to downtown Disney, it's down here, right in between the Fantasy Tower and the Adventure Tower. Some parts of this resort remind me a little bit of the Polynesian. Of course, I mean, they have the Tiki Bar, the terrace, which is up that way. I circle back around Adventure Tower here on my right. I'm actually walking kind of towards the downtown Disney entrance, but even the plantings are very tropical. Now the buildings aren't, but like the room buildings aren't, but I do like it. So this is the Adventure Tower. See? I've never actually walked in this one, so each have kind of their own theme. This one seems to be Jungle Cruise. Well, these are some of the sculptures I used when they were building the animals on the Jungle Cruise. I like that. And everywhere in this hotel they seem to have, you know, old pictures of Disneyland. There is Adventureland. How dressed up everybody is. Very funny. Oh, this one is, this lobby is laid out differently. It has kind of this downstairs area and it has this nice little outdoor section with some seating back there. Oh, and that's, funny, that's downtown Disney right there. If you can see the people walking around through the trees, that's just downtown Disney. That's how close we are to the edge of it. Oh, okay, so if you're staying in the Adventure Tower, you can walk out these back doors here, and then that's security, well, right there. So you just go this way and straight to security. You don't have to go around the building. Oh, I like that. Oh, next time I stay here, I'm gonna request this one. I didn't request any this time because I had never been here before, so I didn't want to, they asked if I had a preference of tower, and I didn't, but I think my new preference is Adventure because it's really, really close to the security checkpoint. And, right on the other end of the Adventure Tower from the downtown Disney entrance, this is, I think it was called the Rose Court. Seems right, there are roses everywhere. It is kind of a big gazebo. I'm assuming they do things like weddings here. It seems like it is perfectly set up for that kind of thing. I believe that is the street out there that if you went to the left, you would get towards downtown Disney. That right there is Paradise Pier Hotel. That one is definitely further away, and the way you have to get to downtown Disney is basically the same way we do. So you have to walk from that building along this road up to there and then turn and go down because that's where the security checkpoint is now. so it's much less convenient. It is also cheaper. So, you know, a lot of nice pathways. I haven't been back to this section at all. Very nice pathways. It says that is the way to the Grand Californian and Paradise Pier hotels. I would believe that. So this one back here now we're getting to is Frontier Tower. This is where I stayed. It is the furthest one away from the downtown Disney access point. Although it's not super far, you just kind of have to walk, you know, past the pool area. So now I'm cutting through the pool area. We got some people in there now. Up here is the Tangaroa Terrace, the quick service that we already walked by. Like I said, there's no straight paths here, so I'm just kind of weaving around. It's why I kind of keep trying to point out the towers, Adventure Tower there behind me, and Fantasy Tower right there, because it's the only way you can really figure out. So this is the pool that cuts under the bridge. I'm under the bridge right now, that's why it got dark. These are nice pools. My kids would very much enjoy this kind of pool hopping thing that happens here. And they would, of course, very much enjoy the water slides, and that is 2 water slides. I don't believe there's anybody in them either. So, so this is the yellow monorail. The yellow monorail here is the smaller of them that starts over there and comes down and does this loop into this very like zero entry area. And then the red one starts up there and does this little squiggle here and comes out into this pool over here that is a little bit deeper. Now this one, the red one, is not open yet. It opens, it doesn't open until 10, so 10 to 8 this one is open. The other one, as I said, opens at 9 because they announced it very loudly. The lifeguard stood up on that tower up there, that one, it says Disneyland on it, and announced that, oh, the pool is now open. There are cabanas that you can rent, lots and lots of lounge chairs. This is where the yellow water slide here comes out, the yellow monorail slide into this zero entry area. That one obviously is not open yet either, so I'm assuming that opens at 10 also. So maybe there's kind of a kiddie one over here, right there. Maybe that's the one that opened at 9, or either that or they closed it. There's also another hot tub in there with a bunch of people in it. All right, so let's walk out this side. We'll finish the tour in Frontier Tower, which is where my room is anyway, which is good because I have to get my suitcase and go on this side in a very nice big open grassy space. And not real grass, it's fake. I should get fake grass for my house. You think the dogs would be fine with fake grass? I really don't like mowing. And so this one is Frontier Tower back here. So if you were going to walk to downtown Disney area, which is in between those two back there, what you would basically do is just cut around in front of Adventure Tower. Although now I find out you can kind of just go through Adventure Tower too if you want that. Might have been good to know yesterday, although can't save more than a couple of seconds, honestly. I really like the room. The room is much bigger than I thought. So I guess as we're walking through this more boring section here, I'll tell you the annotated history of Disneyland Hotel, or at least to the part of it I can remember. So this was not originally operated by Disney. Walt didn't really want to get in the hotel business, so he gave someone a lease for the land and allowed them to use the Disneyland name. And I don't remember the names. This is what Disney Dish with Len Testa and Jim Hill is for, is remembering details about stuff. I just kind of remember the overview of it. So the hotel was built here, was given a monorail access from Disneyland, and operated for, I want to say, 25, 30 years. Then Michael Eisner took over the Disney company and decided, well, no, we're not going to let someone else run the hotel that is basically on our property. So kind of forced them out and took over the Disneyland Hotel. Paradise Pier over there was also not built as a Disney hotel. That was then purchased and folded in. That's why it's kind of a little bit off to the side. The Grand Californian was built by the Disney Corporation as a Disney hotel. The story of this one is strange, that even when they built Walt Disney World, the Disney brothers didn't want to get in the hotel business. They had somebody else that was going to build and operate the Contemporary and the Polynesian, and it just went so badly that they ended up taking it over. And of course now Disney runs lots of hotels at their different properties. So I guess it worked out okay for them, you know, like everything seems to have. So I've been standing here, not only is it pretty, but I've been waiting. This one right here is a geyser that will occasionally shoot into the air. I don't know when. I've only seen it once, as that's the only way I know what it is, because I happened to be walking by and was like, oh, there's a geyser now. But it is also very pretty. And this is right in front of the Frontier Tower, right here. So we are kind of in the back corner. The Adventure Tower is right here to my right. Sam's is directly that way. And then I have the Frontier Tower to my left here. Like I said, I don't know when the geyser actually goes off. It could be like every half hour or something, like the one at Wilderness Lodge in Disney World. So I don't really want to stand there for another like 20 minutes, sorry, maybe next time. So here is Frontier Tower. Now this one is, you know, Western themed. They tend to play a lot of Toy Story music in here, I've noticed. They also have this very cool 1/4 to 1 inch scale of the Disneyland Big Thunder Mountain, complete with little people. Look, little people. And now I am in my room. I didn't do a room tour this time because Guy Selga is also staying here, and he did do one. So if that hasn't been out yet, it will be very soon, and they're basically the same room. I mean, it's nice. There's a whole little like seating area over there. I'm not gonna show you too much because part of it's real messy. This bed isn't. I didn't sleep in that one. Yeah, it says when you're fast asleep. The pillow on the other one says dream is a wish your heart makes. The headboard has little fireworks and plays music if you hit the switch. It's nice. It even, like I said, they're big rooms. It even has a couch in it. Lots and lots of art of old Disneyland. And the reason I'm ending up here is the view of the entire hotel. I thought this might help get a better view of it. Like I said, I'm in Frontier Tower. That building right there is where the restaurants were. That one is Fantasy Tower, where the check-in was. And then Adventure Tower is that guy right there. So right there is where you go to downtown Disney. And this one here is Trader Sam's and the Tangaroa Terrace. And of course, the pool is hard to miss from here. So that's it. That's my tour of the Disneyland Hotel here at the Disneyland Resort. I enjoyed it. I hope to stay here again. And I am just noticing now that there is a Mickey planter right down there. Did not see that when I was walking around. I don't think I went out that exit. I think there's a lot that I might have missed this time, but cool. I'll do another one when I'm here next time. Thank you very much for watching, and be excellent to each other.